link up, hey. You just hit my line for the wind down. There's only one thing on my mind when you come around me. I get lost in where you found me. Want you to use me. You let her confuse me. Don't wanna hide the fact that you make me feel that way. Want you to give me play. I see it in your eyes, you're lonely. Come put that body on me. I hit it right, I will. I treat you right, I will. Trust me, I got you, baby. Know how to make you feel. They can't do you like I will. Nobody do you like I will. I hit it right, I will. I treat you right, I will. Trust me, I got you, baby. Know how to make you feel. They can't do you like I will. They can't do you like I will. Like I will.
I treat you right, I will.
I treat you right, I will.
Trust me, I got you, baby. Know how to make you feel. I treat you right, I will.
I treat you right, I will.
Trust me, I got you, baby. Know how to make you feel.
I hit it right, I will. I treat you right, I will. Trust me, I got you, baby. Know how to make you feel. I hit it right, I will. I treat you right, I will. They can't do you like I will. Like I will. Pick up the phone, little baby. You got me up and I'm wavy. You know I want you to myself. You know you've been driving me crazy. Looking me right in the eye and tell me it's mine. If not, I'ma make it that way. You know I want you in a major way. I bless that body, make you share your grace. I've been trying to get you face to face. Fall through and give you ways to waste. I do what it takes. I make them walls sing on your heartstrings. Say your arms.
I treat you right, I will.
Trust me, I got you, baby.
Know how to make you feel. I treat you right, I will.
I hit it right, I will.
Trust me, I got you, baby.
Know how to make you feel.
Trust me, I got you, baby. I treat you right, I will. Trust me, I got you, baby. Know how to make you feel.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right, so shout out to everybody who is in the building early. It's good to see you guys. If you guys can hear me okay, please give me a thumbs up or radiation emoji in the chat. If you guys cannot hear me, then give me a thumbs down or an angry face, all right? And I'm going to shout out everybody who is in the building. First, you guys see all of these green team members right here. Shout out to Beach Material. Beach Material not only became a member on BLR 1, but he also became a member on BLR 2. So please make sure you guys show him some love. Throw some flames, radiation emojis in the chat for Beach Material. Welcome him. Shout out to True Essence. True Essence is also a member on BLR 2. She became a member on BLR 1. That is awesome. You guys already know. You know what I'm saying? Independent over here as far as no agenda. You know what I'm saying? The only agenda is our agenda, the black agenda. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, nobody's bought and paid for except for by you guys. So I'm going to always give it to y'all, you know what I'm saying, the way that I see it, and not for any ulterior motive. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to True Essence. Make sure you guys show her some love. We got Patricia Slade B1 in the building. Make sure you guys show some love to Brooklyn Queen 125 for being a member for 3 months. Shout out to the 3 months of support. Definitely appreciate it. Also, make sure that you guys show some love to Rise and Shine. Rise and Shine is over in the UK. She dropped a 50-pound super thanks on the pilot of Undocumented Bros Global. So please make sure you guys show her some love for that. Definitely appreciate it. Shout out to Cameron Jones. What's good with it, bro? We got Denise Scales in the building. We got my man John Guillory in the house. We got Torian Rain in the building. Shout out to my man Torian Rain. We got Percy Earl III. Shout out to Percy Earl III. Percy Earl III said, "This sounds like background music Cassie called dudes for puff with." Oh man.
What y'all smoking on? Nothing. What you want?
What y'all smoking on, man? Oh man, that's hilarious. Shout out to Percy Earl III. Shout out to my man DeAndre for being a like enforcer. Big facts. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Denise Scales. Again, we're going to hit Denise with the shout out again. Make sure y'all throw some flames and radiation emoji in the chat for my man Lloyd Sky 9 with the 5 months of support. Definitely appreciate it. All right, let me see. We got Caldona in the building. Shout out to Caldona. And I hope I did not miss anybody. All right, so shout out to everybody who is here. So what we're going to be talking about is we are going to be talking about Brighton Park, all right, because some interesting things happened when it comes to Brighton Park. Now, if you guys know, Brighton Park is a kind of different situation than what's going on at a Munson Park, right? Because Brighton Park is a place that's full of undocumented bros and first and second generation people themselves. And even they're opposed to what's going on. Now, if you guys recall, in one of the earlier live streams that we did where we talked about Brighton Park, there was an individual who was interviewed, and this individual said that there was a chemical contamination at Brighton Park because of what it used to be. And if I'm not mistaken, that individual said that there used to be a factory there. Okay. So my question for you guys is, do you all remember that? If you all remember that being said, then give me a thumbs up in the comment section. If you guys don't remember that being said, then give me a thumbs down. You guys remember that? Now, the report has come out because Mayor Brandon Johnson's office did a report, and there's been a lot of subsequent reports that have come out. But now there's been a finalized report. Shout out to Win, Lose, or Rug. Yeah, it was zinc. Facts. Okay. Initially, when the report came out, Brandon Johnson's office wanted to go right ahead on with the building of the encampment that they had planned on putting there. But there's been a hold put on it now. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the findings and we're going to look at the initial report. Now, this stream will probably be shorter than my usual streams, all right? So make sure that you guys watch this stream all the way through to the end. It'll take you to the next stream, which will be on the Reacts channel. The Reacts stream is going to be starting at 3 o'clock p.m. today. So it'd be nice to see everybody there, all right? In addition to that, I got a couple other short streams that I'm probably going to do today on various channels. So if you're not subscribed to my backup channels, make sure that you guys subscribe to them. And I actually am going to do them today. And shout out to everybody who watched that video that I dropped. I finally had a chance to sit down and make a video. I plan on making more videos. All right. You guys have been killing it on the support, and I haven't really had time to actually sit down and produce any content. All right. So you guys are going to get some content this week, video content. All right. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. So this is what we got right here as far as Brighton Park goes. Brighton Park migrant encampment needs an IEPA approval for construction to move forward, state says. I'm sorry. Environmental report reveals site of proposed tent camp is contaminated with metals and with chemicals. All right. So we're going to listen to this news report and see exactly what they say here. And then we're going to look at an article from the Chicago Sun-Times. Okay. So let's check this out.
Another possible hurdle for the city's migrant-based tent camp in Brighton Park. This after a long-awaited environmental report revealed the soil where it's being developed on was contaminated with metals and other chemicals. The governor.
So now here go my question. They knew that, right? And the residents knew that. The residents even said it when they were being interviewed by the news. So my question is, the mayor's office is, I'm sure, in touch with the Office of Civil Engineering. I'm sure the Office of Civil Engineering has records, right? So utilizing those records, the mayor's office should have easily been able to go back and take a look and see exactly what was going on there, right? But for some reason, either that did or didn't happen. And initially, the decision was made to go ahead and go through with this. So now here's my question. Knowing that the area had exposure to hazardous materials, why do you all feel that they had planned to go through with this anyway? But as you can see, they got stopped. Why do you feel that they were going to go through with it anyway? They weren't even listening to the residents, who the residents even warned them. They said, hey, this site is contaminated. You know what I'm saying? So what do you guys think about that?
Governor's office telling the Chicago Sun-Times the site at 38th and California will not be used as a migrant tent base camp if the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency does not sign off on the findings. The state funding the project.
So now let me ask you guys this question. You guys can see now it's in the hands of the environmental funding. Remember, I had laughed at this sign. I was like, they actually got a sign that says, got zinc. That's hilarious. So my question, and shout out to Denise and shout out to John for being like enforcers. Shout out to Leonard D. Yuta. What's good with it, bro? So my question for you all is, who thinks that the Illinois Board of the Environmental Board of Illinois is gonna approve this? If you guys think that they will approve it, then give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't think that they'll approve it, give me a thumbs down. And also, shout out to everybody that's watching. We got 30 people watching and we got 25 likes. If everybody can bang that like button and get us to 50, that'd be great. And also, don't forget, please share the stream to your social media. If you know people from Chicago, if you know people from New York, if you know people from Arizona, Denver, any of these places that have this migrant crisis issue, Massachusetts, make sure that you tag them wherever you share the stream to. All right.
This comes as neighbors near the Brighton Park location have spent weeks protesting against the city's decision to move in what could be up to 2,000 asylum seekers. The mayor's office telling ABC7 crews have already begun removing the contaminants from the site and says the location is safe to house migrants.
So now, how is it safe to house migrants if they're currently in the process of removing the contaminants? I want you guys to sit back for a moment and think about that for me. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. What's good with the Brooklyn Queen? Think about that, guys. The site is contaminated, right? That's what they just said. They're currently removing chemicals. If they're currently removing chemicals, that means that there's still chemicals there that need to be removed, which means that they can't immediately build. So why are they saying that?
Teresa Reyes McNamara with the Southwest Environmental Alliance urging the mayor to reconsider plan.
In regards to these asylum seekers, they have nothing. How did they get through from what their country, how they went to a jungle and how they've gotten sick and having their babies come with them and the dangers that they went through to get here, and then to find that they're going to put them on a piece of property that's dirty? I don't think it's right.
No.
I'm not trying to be funny, but didn't they leave where they were from because it was quote unquote dirty in multiple instances of the definition of that word? So I would have definitely researched that. You know what I mean? And you know what? It's interesting, right? Shout out to Charles. Charles says these people are not asylum seekers. They are economic migrants who chose to flee their homeland, failed states. Asylum implies you are fleeing from persecution, war, famine, or a repressive state. And that what's interesting about that is that that's actually facts, what Charles Irby said. And the thing is that when it comes to how immigration and custom services used to work, how it used to work is that there are specific definitions of specific types of asylum where they have specific programs for specific people from specific countries facing specific persecution in general senses or from specific issues. That's one of the reasons why these people simply say they're coming here to work. If someone says they're coming here to work, that means that they're a job seeker, not an asylum seeker. If someone is coming here because there was a civil war funded by the United States and there's insurgents in their country that are heavily armed and placed them and their family in a dangerous situation by being there because they're attacking families, they're taking men out of the families, or they're deleting entire families, then you're facing persecution based on ethnicity, based on religion, based on political affiliation, based on a bunch of different things. And they have specific programs set up for specific things. You know what I'm saying? If somebody tells you that they're coming here to work and they don't mention what kind of persecution it is that they're leaving, or if they can't tell you what type of asylum program they're trying to qualify for, I would say that it's suspect. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my man, Kid Gravity. Kid Gravity says, B1 Knight Rider, check in. Next year, it's going to be fun. People are going to rebel, and it's going to look like Europe. It's already, speaking of looking like Europe, got an episode of Undocumented Bros Global coming up. It's already starting to look like Europe. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. It's starting to look a lot like Europe. You know what I'm saying? And you know why? This is the reason why it's starting to look a lot like Europe. You ready for this, KG?
Idiots! I'm surrounded by incompetent idiots!
That's why it's starting to look a lot like Europe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Your boy got drop game too. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get it.
Now, city leaders have said before that they hope to have the site ready by the middle of this month, but only time will tell as the governor reportedly awaits the okay from IEPA.
All right, so there's that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this article here from the Chicago Sun-Times. All right. Oh, absolutely, John. Absolutely. Big facts. And here here goes another one that's perfect for it. You ready? Listen, when it comes to these bootlicks like Brandon Johnson,
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
oh man. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Crazy work. Shout out to my man We Lit. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says Brighton Park migrant tent site had mercury, arsenic, and other contaminants, but the city deems it safe for temporary residential use. How safe does that sound? Let me ask you guys a question. If you all knew there was a place where there was mercury and arsenic, how many of y'all would chill there and kick it there? Have a barbecue there. Have a party there. Bring your family there. If you would, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would not, then give me a thumbs down. I don't think that most people would do that. And if you do that,
I don't think you've changed a thing. Go on, jump.
No, I don't want to jump.
Yes, you do. You smoke crack, don't you?
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. City officials say the most problematic metals and chemicals have been removed. Now, here's my question. How did they get removed if they just now did the testing? Right. You smoke crack, don't you? Right. Oh man, that's hilarious. Right? That's my question. So they did the research, they did the testing, and boom, all of the problematic metals and chemicals have been removed. Let me ask you guys a question. How many people know what mercury does if it gets into your system? You guys know what mercury does if it gets into your system? I need somebody tell me the metabolic consequences of mercury in your system. Shout out to Win Loser Rug, internal organ failure. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly how mercury works. Okay? And how you get to this internal organ failure. Mercury is a heavy metal. Mercury has a very similar atomic structure to iron. Iron is very important to your biology. Iron has many different purposes. People may or may not believe this, but iron is also very important in skin formation and bone density strength. Right? But shout out to Cameron, shout out to Lena. What's good with it? Cameron is right. Mercury fools the blood. How does mercury fool the blood? What happens is mercury replaces iron on a hemoglobin molecule. Iron, in combination with the hemoglobin molecule, helps you to carry blood to and from your heart and lungs, to your periphery, quote unquote, which is the rest of your body. When iron has been replaced with something similar but not compatible, like mercury, it also changes the three-dimensional structure of your hemoglobin cell, which causes a decrease in function, and it fills receptor sites where oxygen is supposed to be carried at. So technically, you suffocate. Anytime there's a lack of oxygen or oxygenated blood, it always leads to internal organ failure. So that's how that works. Shout out to Carla Locker. Now, why is that important? Because if you look at how mercury affects your metabolism, you can look at other heavy metals that are similar to iron on the periodic table and assume that they may have a similar effect. Okay? Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Brooklyn Queen says it can attack the kidneys and brain. Permanent kidney damage and kidney failure may occur. A large amount in the bloodstream may cause massive blood and fluid loss from diarrhea and kidney failure. There you go. And it's causing the kidney failure because the kidney's not able to process it properly because it's put together incorrectly because there's mercury where there's supposed to be iron. See? So you guys got a little bit of a anatomy lesson today. A little bit of a, what do they call that? Pathophysiology lesson. Shout out to you guys. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says arsenic, mercury, lead, manganese, and a chemical used in PVC, which, if I'm not mistaken, is polyvinyl chloride. All right. Which is interesting. I wonder if that's vinyl chloride that they found. This chemical here used in PVC. Let me ask you guys a question. I think it was vinyl chloride. Yeah. You guys remember where else there was vinyl chloride at? Who remembers where there was vinyl chloride at earlier this year? And there was issues there. Still issues there today. Anybody remember? I know somebody knows. Somebody knows. Where was that vinyl chloride at? The train. Ohio. Shout out everybody. Throw some radiation emoji in the chat for Cameron and for Win Loser Rug. East Palestine. Ironically, East Palestine. Now we got some shit going on in real East Palestine. Ohio. Yep. So arsenic, mercury, lead, manganese, and a chemical used in PVC. Now, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to look up the harmful effects of these chemicals here, and I want you to give me what they do in the comment section. Arsenic, mercury, lead, and manganese. And if you guys can find it, see how long it takes to remove those things or to decontaminate. Shout out to Sybil. What's good with it, Sybil? Those were among the heavy metals and toxic contaminants discovered in soil at a Southwest Side site that is being prepared to house newly arrived migrants. Now, we know the Southwest Side site that they're talking about is the Brighton Park encampment, okay? In each case, these contaminants were detected at levels that require cleanup to protect human health, according to a nearly 800-page report City Hall released late Friday evening. Okay, so these chemicals require cleanup in order for that place to be safe for humans to be there. They had planned on going on with the construction before that report took place. Okay. In addition, traces of other toxic chemicals, including cyanide, pesticides, and the long-band cancer-causing compounds known as PCBs, were also found by a city consultant. Now, I know PCBs is polycarbon benzenes, I believe is what PCBs is. Polycarbon benzenes. Yeah, that's what that is. Cyanide, pesticides, and long band cancer-causing compounds known as polycarbon benzenes, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Okay. Because I don't know if you guys are familiar, but there's this chemical formation, and the chemical formation is called a quote-unquote benzene ring. And in certain situations, in certain chemical compounds, benzene rings can act as a carcinogen. You know what I'm saying? Polycarbon basically just means that it's a long chain carbon. We ourselves are actually polycarbon based life here on the planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? You guys ever heard of styrofoam? Styrofoam is a polycarbon. How many people have ever looked under a bottle or under a piece of plastic and you've seen a recycle bin and it'll have letters inside the recycle bin and it'll have a number in there? If you ever seen something like that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys have not seen anything like that, give me a thumbs down. Have you guys ever seen that? If you guys have ever seen that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys have not seen that, give me a thumbs down. Yeah. Now, here go my question, Win Loser Rug. What does HDPE mean? High definition physical education? What does HDPE mean? Let's find out. HDPE is high density polyethylene. These are your numbers right here. Polyethylene terephthalate, polyvinyl chloride. So that's what PVC is. So PVC pipe, what we were just talking about, polyvinyl chloride. I thought it was polyvinyl carbon. It's polyvinyl chloride. Okay. PELD, polyethylene low density, polypropylene, polystyrene, which is styrofoam. That's where you get the styrofoam from, and bisphenol A and others. All right. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. What do those numbers mean? What those numbers mean have to do with how you dispose of these properly. Okay. And if they can be recycled and how to recycle them. A lot of this stuff is created with chemicals that when these chemicals break down, which sometimes they don't break down because they can stay around for a long time, but if they break down, they leave radioactive or carcinogenistic byproducts behind. Okay. So you can look at the bottle next time you buy a bottle, some type of beverage or something like that, or you get a cup, you know what I'm saying, from the gas station, one of those 99-cent big drinks. Look on the bottom of it. You know what I'm saying? It'll have a triangle with a circle, and it has some letters, and it'll have a number. You know what I'm saying? You can look that stuff up on the internet, and they'll tell you exactly how harmful the container is that you're drinking out of. That's one of the reasons they stopped making baby bottles with BPA. You guys ever heard of that? If you guys go, next time you go to the grocery store, go down the baby aisle and look up, you know, these pacifiers, look up bottles. They say BPA free because BPA is harmful. The byproducts from BPA that come off while you're drinking that can cause harmful effects to your body. You know what I'm saying? See, shout out to Win Loser Rug. Win Loser Rug says, so far in my house, I found 01, 05, and 02. Yeah, they're all over the place. It's just that, you know, people don't look for them. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's something that you really wouldn't pay too much attention to. You know what I'm saying? So now check this out. Despite finding all of this toxic matter, city officials said the most problematic levels of contamination were removed and declared the site safe for temporary residential use. Here's my question. How did they do this already? And they didn't even know that these chemicals were there. The reason why the report came out was because they had to assess the area. So you mean to tell me that the day that the report came out, the chemicals were just magically removed already? Let me ask you guys this question. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense whatsoever? If that makes any sense, give me a thumbs up. If it doesn't make any sense, then give me a thumbs down. And real quick, shout out to everybody that's watching. We got 40 likes and we got 48 people watching. If everybody can bang on that like button and get us to 80, that would be great. So now here it says the privately owned industrial land at 38th in California is being leased by the city to shelter as many as 2,000 migrants. The state, which is committing $65 million for the shelter and is directing the contractor building on the site, will have to sign off on the environmental report. So now the state has to take a look at all of this stuff and they have to sign off on it. Shout out to Win Loser Rug. I appreciate it, bro. See, now you got a little something, you know what I'm saying, you can impress somebody with. You know what I'm saying? You can act like you give a shit about your boss. Don't drink that. What kind of plastic is that on the bottom of that? Man, let me help you out. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or rug. I appreciate it. Give you a 30% bonus this quarter. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do. I'm like, motherfucker, I didn't save your stupid ass from shit, but I just saved myself paying a couple bills late now that I got this 30% bonus. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you guys this. With a $65 million budget and the shelter being put up and there's a contractor doing it, do you think that the contractor has any relation to J.B. Pritzker or Brandon Johnson? What do you guys think about that? And I got to agree with Caldona. The chemicals are probably still rampant. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, then give me a thumbs down. The Illinois Environmental Protection Agency will have to review it, said Jordan Abudea, a spokeswoman for Governor J.B. Pritzker. We will not utilize that site if IEPA does not sign off. Now, here's the only thing that I'm thinking, right? I believe that this could pose a problem for the people at Amundsen Park. Because what I think could possibly happen is that there might be issues with this getting signed off. And then what will happen is that they'll go back on their word and try to go back in and try to just seize Amundsen Park, like with eminent domain or something like that. And the reason why I think that they might do that is if they'll be saying, well, we can't use this because this site is unfit for use and we have an emergency need. So we're going to just take this. And then the people be upset again. I think people should be very cautious of that and pay very close attention to make sure that they don't they don't get taken advantage of. I'm going to take a look at this real quick. Oh, yeah. So we're going to actually look at this article because this article here is an earlier article. It's from November 22nd, but it talks about the same thing. Okay. She declined to comment until state officials review the report. The city's consultant said it can't guarantee there. Look at this. The city's consultant said it can't guarantee there isn't additional contamination. And if additional materials are discovered, then activity should be halted. Now, here's my question. When it comes to this type of situation, in many cases, the chemicals are constantly breaking down. So there could possibly be a supply that continues to occur, right? My question for you guys is, what about long-term effects? See, if they place all of these migrants at this Brighton Park site, what's going to end up happening is if they don't clean this up for sure, 10, 20, 30 years down the line, there's going to be a law firm. Hi, this is Blacklight and Blacklight. If you come from a family of migrants who had temporary protected status and were housed in the 30th and California Brighton Park migrant shelter, and you're experiencing headaches, hot flashes, abnormal bleeding, and sudden lightheadedness, please contact my law offices because you may be entitled to compensation. I could see that situation coming up. I'm just saying, that's how chemicals work. You know what I'm saying? That's how contamination works. But I guess time is of the essence, not common sense. So I want you guys to pay very close attention here. The city's consultant said that it can't guarantee there isn't additional contamination. That statement right there, if somebody gets their hands on it after staying there and they develop cancer, that comment right there, all they got to do is just get a copy of this article right here. You got a settlement. Shout out to Carla's dad for being a chemist. Throw some radiation emoji in the chat for Carla's dad. Would you guys agree that this statement right here sets the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago up for a future lawsuit if anybody housed at this location develops carcinoma in situ or anything that resembles cancer? Would you guys agree that's a potential lawsuit situation 10, 15, 20, 30 years down the line? So now here it says we cannot represent the site has, look at this again. Here's another one. We cannot represent that the site has no hazardous substances, toxic material, petroleum products, or other latent conditions beyond those identified during this evaluation, the city consultant Terracon said in a report. The more than 9 acres of land has a long history of industrial use, and yet the city previously said the site appeared to be viable for a winterized tent camp. Do you guys remember that? Do you guys remember that? If you guys remember that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't, remember that, give me a thumbs down. We're gonna actually look at some articles related to this, because there's a whole track record of information about this, and the mayor's office just literally ignored all of it. Everybody throw some birthday cakes in the chat for Carla's mom. She just turned 94 yesterday. Yeah, definitely. You definitely are truly blessed. Shout out to your family. Y'all got them live long and be prosperous genes. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says Johnson has been pushing forward on the plan amid residents' protests and amid residents' concerns. Some of the people are protesting, and some of the people are just, saying stuff out of concern. But the problem is that Brandon Johnson and Brandon Johnson's office are not listening to anybody. They don't care what anybody has to say. The land is zoned for heavy manufacturing use, and the environmental testing is necessary to determine if the area is safe for human health. The property is owned by Barnacres, a company affiliated with city contractor Sanchez Paving in Markham. Alderman Julia Ramirez said last month she was told heavy metal contamination had been found by the city, but full details had not been shared with her at the time. So now, I mean, again, why are they doing this? You know what I'm saying? Why are they doing this? Usually, if a place is contaminated with heavy metals, that's an automatic no-go. So now you got to ask the question, well, why is it then that they wanted to go ahead and go through with this? It don't make any sense. Johnson promised the environmental report would be out this week. On Friday, journalists were told to file open records requests to access the document. The report was released just after 8 p.m. on Friday night. So now let me ask you guys this. Knowing what you know now and hearing what you have heard, do you all feel that this is even a safe place to have an encampment? Forget how you feel about immigration, or forget how you feel about, illegal border crossing. Forget how you feel about an invasion. Let's just ask this question, the common sense question. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Percy Earl. Percy Earl said, on second thought, let them set up them tents on them toxins. Oh, man. Man, that's wild. What do y'all think about that? Now, I'm going to show you guys this article from back in October. All right. Because this isn't anything new, these concerns. Yeah, I got to agree. And you know what else? It's amazing how a lot of these migrants allegedly don't speak English, but they tend to learn real quick. You know what I'm saying? Seems like they pick up on stuff real quick. They're going to be asking for plane tickets to go back home, not even because they just simply don't like Chicago. They're going to be asking to go back home because they like y'all trying to put us up on toxic land. And it's not going to be anything that anybody can do about it, because in that instance, they would be right. Now, look at this. You guys see the date on here? Toxic past leads to concern about Brighton Park migrant tent site. So again, this article here is from way back in October. So let me ask you guys this question. Why was this ignored? We're going to come back to this article, okay? What I'm about to do is I want to let y'all look at this video right here. There's a couple videos that I want you guys to see, okay? And these videos are basically talking about Brighton Park. Okay. This is a clear instance where we watched in real time. In real time, we watched the government just literally ignore what the people were saying. Shout out to Carlton Wade. What's good with it, bro? We saw this occur in real time. And to me, that's just crazy, man. That's just wild. And what I find interesting is that the media and most interviews that are taking place with Brandon Johnson, nobody's really pushing him on the issue of why it is that he's just blatantly ignoring the needs, wants, and desires of his constituents. So let's check this out.
According to that almost 800-page environmental report, there were metal and other chemicals found in this site. But according to the mayor, the city has already begun removing those contaminants from the site and will move forward with plans.
So again, now they're not going to move forward with plans until the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency gives them the authorization. That information about the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency just came out, if I'm not mistaken, either this morning or late last night. Okay. But what I want you guys to do is I want you to pay attention to how there is no regard for the concerns of the constituents. Do you all see that? That's the problematic issue here.
According to that almost 800-page environmental report, there were metal and other chemicals found in this site. But according to the mayor, the city has already begun removing those contaminants from the site and will move forward with plans. This equipment soaks in the rain tonight as it sits on the very plot of land that, according to a new environmental report obtained by ABC7 late Friday, is contaminated with potentially harmful materials. This as crews this week have already begun construction on a massive winterized migrant base camp in Chicago's Brighton Park neighborhood. The long-awaited report was done by outside contractor Talkin Consultants hired by the city to investigate the site. In a statement, a spokesperson for the mayor's office says, quote, according to the report, soil with mercury levels was identified at one location and was removed and properly disposed off-site at a landfill. Likewise, soil with a high level of a semi-volatile compound was identified at another location and will be removed and disposed of off-site. Crews are also placing a clean crushed stone barrier around the site that will be regularly inspected. The statement goes on to say in part, quote, with the limited soil removal and placement and maintenance of the barrier, the site is safe for temporary residential use. But earlier today, people who live by the nearly 30,000 square foot site at 37th and California.
What kind of shit is that?
Continued their weeks-long fight to stop the project and keep up to 2,000 migrants from moving in.
It would have been far, far cheaper to put our wonderful new residents in real humane housing instead of this quasi-prison concentration camp on toxic soil.
I don't know if you guys have, I know I had planned on doing live streams on some of the city council meetings of Brighton Park, but he's somebody, that guy right there, he's somebody that's a regular. That dude he seems to me to be extremely unstable. You know what I'm saying? Just thought I'd point that out.
Soil.
Now, city leaders have said before that they hope to have this place up and running by the middle of the month. We've also learned tonight that Alderwoman Julia Ramirez is reviewing the new findings and plans to comment soon.
Watch.
All right, so I just want to point this video out here that they have in the corner. Father charged with shooting 9-month-old daughter, police say. That's horrible. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to investigate that and see what went on there. Yeah, right. Exactly, Cutthroat Nash. You know that guy right there is a drama queen for sure. Shout out to Black Women Stand Up, B1. You know that dude is a drama queen. He was spazzing out during the Brighton Park meeting. I'm telling you, them Brighton Park meetings are entertaining, to say the least.
Controversial migrant tent camp in Brighton Park takes shape after we learn the results of an environmental report.
CBS 2's Sarah Maki gives you a look at some of the progress.
Neighbors who have opposed the migrant tent camp in Brighton Park have left behind their signs of opposition. Some of them, no doubt, hoping that the results of that environmental review would put a permanent pause on the city's plan. But take a look behind us and you will see the white tops of the tents have now peeked over a privacy fence on the site.
Workers slide large pieces into place.
So now here's the thing, right? This is another interesting question that I have for you guys. Do you all remember when we actually had looked at this before and the people were complaining that you weren't able to bring phones in, or you're not able to take any pictures, and there's those signs up around the area that says no media allowed and stuff like that? Now, here goes a question that I have for you guys, and this is like kind of possibly going down the rabbit hole of a conspiracy theory. But do you all think that they knew about this the entire time, and that's one of the reasons why they didn't want anybody back there looking at this stuff or looking at what was going on? Because now that I think back to that situation, I'm like, wait a minute. Brighton Park is the place where the residents were upset because they wouldn't let anybody go back there. And check this out. What about the construction workers that have already been working down there? Because they've been working on it before there was any mention of any of this toxicity. So what about that? We've seen pictures of them working on it. You know what I'm saying? So now, if you ask me, at some point, some of these construction workers might actually be eligible for a class action lawsuit as a result of working down there. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree with that, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. A lot of, if they've already had people working on this site, which they clearly have, as you can see, like it's partly up. Those people were exposed to the chemicals at full strength before any cleanup efforts from the EPA. You know what I'm saying?
Saturday afternoon, forming the sides of what will soon be the migrant tent site in Brighton Park. Part of a plan to house nearly 2,000 migrants, but a strategy that hit a snag over environmental concerns.
Even though I support the site, we should be seeing what's going on with the toxicity.
See, this is what I'm saying. So again, here goes another intersecting issue, right? The people who are anti-illegal migrant and the people who are pro-migrant both did not want this site built until it was, well, the migrant people, the illegal migrant people didn't want it built. But even the people that support the migrants, they wanted it at least investigated before it was used as a site. And Brandon Johnson and his administration didn't listen to anyone. It might appear that he listened to the group of people that was pro-migrant because it appears that he did testing. But the thing is that they had to do the testing. You have to do this kind of chemical testing in a commercial area, especially if the place was used in a area where there was a chemical use or hazardous materials that could have been dumped or could have been leaked out, or if they were manufactured at the plant. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lehman Lucas. What's good with it, bro?
Environmental concerns.
Even though I support the site, we should be seeing what's going on with the toxicity. We should be getting information as what else is going to be done.
Neighbor Sue Herring tells us she welcomes the migrants in need of shelter, so long as it can be done safely. The city said an environmental assessment found soil with mercury contamination at one spot on the site, soil they have removed and disposed of.
So now here goes my question. What about the workers? What about the people who are working for the contract company who have already been working on getting this migrant shelter up? Let me ask you guys this question. Are they at risk? Were they put at risk? Let me know what you guys think.
In the landfill. Even more soil tested for a high level of a semi-volatile compound, the city says, that will be removed. To add further protection, crews are now adding a minimum 6-inch barrier of crushed clean stone on the surface of this site. The city's statement concluding, with the limited soil removal and placement and maintenance of the barrier, the site is safe for temporary residential use.
Based on what? That's facts, though. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen 125. Brooklyn Queen 125 said, who's advising these people? Chernobyl Consulting? I know that's extreme, but WTF. No, that's facts. Listen, I'm not a chemist. You know what I'm saying? But what the little that I do know about chemistry, which is not chemist level, but you know, I'd say it's just a little tiny bit above average. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't advise this. I wouldn't advise standing in front of a microwave for too long. Teenage Mutant Ninja Illegals, Teenage Mutant Ninja Illegals, Teenage Mutant Ninja Illegals. Bros with no documents. Migrant Power. They're the world's most fearsome illegal team. They came up through the jungle for the dream. When Brandon Johnson attacked, them Chicago residents said, send them all back. Teenage Mutant Ninja Illegals, Teenage Mutant Ninja Illegals, Teenage Mutant Ninja Illegals, illegals with no documents, Migrant Power. Oh, man. Oh, man. It's bad.
What kind of shit is that?
Oh, man. Oh, God, man, this is terrible. Oh, man, this is horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. That's why them little Asian ladies out there in Brighton Park like, hell nah. Oh, man. That's bad, man. It's bad, bad, bad. They're gonna get with Shredder, and it's gonna be a hot mess.
Yeah, I just really want them to be warm. I mean, I just feel so bad for these people outside in this weather. It's really terrible. And they're not going to harm anyone. They just want to be safe and have somewhere to sleep.
The city says periodic monitoring will continue to make sure that 6-inch barrier remains at least that thick. They are also working on a second.
Hey, well, how did that part go when they named their names? Raphael is cool. Donatello does machines. Leonardo leads. Michelangelo is a party dude. Fiesta! Oh, man.
In Brighton Park, Sarah Maki, CBS 2 News.
All right, so that's that, right? That's that. So all kinds of chemicals out there. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have, we're going to have killer enchiladas. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have killer tacos. You know what I'm saying? Like all kinds of crazy indigestion going on out there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
I don't think you've changed a thing. Go on, jump.
No, I don't want to jump.
Yes, you do. You smoke crack, don't you?
Oh, man. Yeah, they're named after Renaissance artists. Brooklyn Queen. That's what the Japanese mouse named Splinter decided to name him after a bunch of Italian guys. Isn't that interesting? just 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 an interesting side note. You know what I'm saying? The Japanese mouse named Splinter. You know what I'm saying? He decided to name him after a bunch of Italian guys. Yeah, the weapons are all instruments from a mariachi band. Facts. They're gonna have Shredder. Shredder and Krang is Brandon Johnson and JB Pritzker. Because JB Pritzker's big no neck having ass looked like Krang. And Brandon Johnson got that sharp tip on his head. So he could definitely be the Shredder. JB Pritzker be like, Brandon, do I have to call my soldiers from Democrat X to finally get the job done? No, Krang. I'll take care of it. You better, Shredder. Who is Bebop? Who is Bebop and Rocksteady? I don't know. Who would Bebop and Rocksteady be? Oh, you know who could be Bebop? That one alderman that held that black lady back. Brandon. She's there trying to get into the older woman meeting, boss. You fool. The idea was for you to not get caught. Sorry, boss. Oh, man. So check this out. Here it is, the toxic past. They need Captain Planet on the job. You know what I'm saying? To come take care of Brighton Park. Captain Planet, he's a hero. Take immigration down to 0. Oh, man, he's a hero. Gonna take immigration down to 0. Go back. You know what I'm saying? That's what instead of saying go planet, he'll say go back. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's terrible, man. That's terrible, man. Oh, man. Yeah, he's going to take migration down to 0. He's going to stop you and send you back because illegal immigration is so whack. Oh, man. Oh, that's horrible, man. Damn. So, yeah, so as you guys can see here, I don't think we need to read this. This is the article from October 24th of 2023. They have known for a very, very long time. They've known for a very, very long time that this place is toxic. You know what I'm saying? This place is toxic. Hey, some people like toxic stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some people like toxic stuff. You know, so y'all like me, I'm toxic than a motherfucker. I warn y'all, you know what I'm saying, with all the channel art, you know what I'm saying? But y'all rock with your boy anyway. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. Let our documents combine. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. So now look at this, right? This here is an article from November 22nd. Brighton Park migrant tent site is polluted with toxic heavy metals. city plans cleanup. When did they plan on cleaning it up? Because they were in every video that we saw, they were already in progress of putting the tents up. So when were they planning on cleaning anything up? That's my question. There's no evidence of this cleanup. Now they're going to have to at least do something because they're now on the radar of the Environmental Protective Agency of Illinois. You know what I'm saying? Windows and Ruggs said all of the documents combined to make Brandon Johnson. That's hilarious. Oh, man. That's hilarious, man. I bet you Brandon Johnson get up out of his bed like Mum Ra. Oh, man. That's hilarious, man. Hey, see, what happened to the TV shows that they used to have? Such good TV shows, man. Such good cartoons and stuff like that, man. They don't even have none of that stuff no more, man. They got garbage nowadays. Garbage. And it looks like it all radioactively decomposed right at Brighton Park, which is why Brandon Johnson actually took 2 L's. It's not going down in a Munson Park, and as of right now, is on hold in Brighton Park. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have not smashed the like button yet, please take a moment. Make sure you guys smash that like button. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, don't be a cloud watcher. There's a lot of pollution up there. You see, they're not letting them build this encampment. Where's pollution at? Don't breathe in polluted air. Come down here and chat with us. I want to shout out the channel supporters. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the entire green team. Shout out to Beach Material for joining. Shout out to True Essence for joining. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen 125 for being a member for 3 months. Shout out to Lloyd Scott 9 for being a member for 5 months. Please make sure you guys show them some love. Throw some radiation emoji in the chat. Don't move a muscle. This will direct you right into the React stream that's going down at 3:00 p.m. And as always, ladies and gentlemen,
walk up in the life. Yeah, I'm really talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up, look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really him. Don't believe me? Come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie. Now I'm on your local TV. Y'all on tour. Got demons. Say she wanna come and see me when I'm in a local city. I'm like, pause though. Please step aside so they can see me. And I walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. I'm the realest from my city. That's on money, that's on TV, that's on mamas. Niggas don't believe me, come and see me. I been dodging all that fake. All these niggas working broke, but I been getting paid. All that know me from the street. Flexing for what feature, that's like every other week. Talk behind my back, I kick my feet up, have a seat. Cause at the end of the day, all these watching me as I walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really